Hi, this is Craig from Sulcata Grove, and today we're going to be talking about mango trimming. Best time to do your mango trimming is right after harvest, and it's August now. It's near almost the end of our mango season, and those of our mangoes that are done already for the year, I've gone ahead and started trimming. There's a couple of different goals you can keep in mind for trimming your trees, and there are several things you want to do. One of them is just aesthetics, and this is kind of up to everybody's. It's a little bit different. They like their trees a little bit different. I like mine about at least 3 feet off the ground, so that when they do fruit, I don't like the fruit getting close to the ground because the animals will come and eat it, which is an issue that we have a lot of. And I don't like them much taller than I can pick. I don't want to have to use poles a lot, and so I try to keep my leaf zone between about 3 feet and maybe 8 or 9 feet. Depending on the variety. Some of them I let get a little bit taller. But so every year we want to do a little bit of trimming, and there's a couple of goals, like I said. One is tipping, and you want to tip every tree every year, and what that is just taking off the growing tips. And what you do is, like you can see here where this was tipped before, it gives you more branching, and so you get a more complex canopy, which is always better. It gives you more, you have a leaf to wood ratio, and you want the leaf part of that as high as possible. So another one of our goals is removing wood. You don't want excess wood in there that's not beneficial to you, because again, we want the leaf ratio as high as we can. So tipping, wood removal, and a little bit of openness. Now, some things like peaches and plums, you trim to have an open vase design. You don't want that with mangoes, but you don't want it also really, really dense in the middle. Again, what that's going to give you is more wood and less leaf. So those are kind of the goals: shape, wood removal, and tipping. And so I'm going to go in here. This is a Namdokmai tree that it doesn't need a lot this year, but I am going to do a little bit here. First thing I see right in begin is I've got a dead branch in here, which mangoes don't usually have a big problem with, but of course anything that's dead we want to take out. So looking in here, the other thing I want to take off is anything that's really low, and I have some branches over on this other side that I'll get to in a minute. And this is something I do every year. Anywhere where I have new growth that's come out, anything that's pointing down, I'm going to take off. I don't want anything that's, if it's already starting down, it's only going to go farther down. So over here you can see I've got this bottom branch that's just down. I'd rather keep these up ones because they're going to end up growing next year and be useful to me, where those down ones are just going to keep going down. Then they produce fruit, and the fruit's on the ground. So anything that's pointing down, I'm going to get rid of. And also, again, here I've got a little, this is a little branch, but anything like this that points back in towards the inside of the tree, I don't want that either, because you don't want branches that cross. So anything that kind of points back in. See, I've got this branch here. Now there's not much on it, but it's all pointing back in towards the inside of the tree. And this is one I actually cut last year. You can see I cut this there last year, and all the new growth I got on it, which is good, except it's all really in the inside of the tree, so it's not very useful. A few more little dead things in here. Now I start getting some options on what I want to do. I like this to be kind of open here. What I'm probably going to do is, I've got this one branch that's kind of the biggest and runs through the center of the tree. I think I'm going to take that whole thing out. So let's see if I can get to it. And so that's kind of opened up a little bit of space here in the middle for some other stuff to fill in. And it was going really vertical. I don't like a lot of real vertical stuff either. because I'd rather have the branches going sideways. One, sideways branches are actually stronger than heavily angled ones. But this also, all these branches that I'm going to tip at the top, it gives them some sunlight to grow into. So I got some more. This has got a lot more little dead stuff on it than mangoes. Mangoes don't usually get a lot of dead branches like that. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take this, oh, that's just hanging there. See, I've got this branch here. It's got down hanging parts. I'm going to take those off. This is down hanging over here. This is hanging down. Can't see what I'm cutting. So here again, I've got more parts here that are hanging down. That's down. That. All right. So now I've kind of got most of the shaping really like this. And you don't have to be scared to take a lot out of a mango tree. You can take a mango tree down to almost nothing and it will recover. So don't be scared to take a lot of material off of your mango trees. All right, so now I've got the bottom cleared up where I like it. So, and I don't think even this stuff here, I mean, I'll tip it back, but I don't think it's going to hang. It's not going to go far enough down to where the fruit's on the ground. So I'm okay with the bottom. Now I'm going to take out the top. And for that, I usually just pick a height. I usually use a ladder. I'm probably just going to climb up in the tree on this one. Pick a height. I usually actually stand back to do it, pick a branch and cut that one and then everything else to the same height. So I'm going to do that. And I like the height of that branch right there. So I'm going to cut everything to match the height of that. I'm going to use my clip. And I'm also tipping everything up here while I'm up. Okay. So now I've got the height to where I want it. And the only thing left is to go back and tip everything that hasn't been tipped already. And all I'm going to do is cut the little ends off. And basically what you were doing is you're removing the apical meristem. And the apical meristem tells the plant to grow straight out in that direction. So apical meristem here, well, this is where there was a piece of fruit. This piece usually dies off and falls off, and that's fine. Sometimes it'll start growing though, and you really kind of want to trim those off, and I'm actually going to cut this back a little bit, take the Apical Meristem, wants it to keep growing straight. You take it off and now it's going to get branchier. So take that off, take all these tips off. Like this and just hang it down.
You're making me itchy, just watch it.
Okay, here's a little warning about Mango Sap. Mango Sap contains urushiol, which is the same compound that's in poison ivy. And if you are sensitive to that, you're going to want to be careful. I'm not, so I don't have to be careful, but if you are at all, you either want to get somebody else to trim your mangoes or wear long sleeves and gloves and be, really. My wife has become very sensitive to it. She can brush against a leaf like that and break out really bad. So just be aware that, that some people are very sensitive. The other thing you find when you trim your trees is sometimes you had a hanger on that you didn't know about. So we thought all of our Namdok mice were gone, but there was one hiding in there. Another thing that tipping can be useful for is mangoes don't need a lot of nitrogen. And what nitrogen does, if they have a lot, you have this space between the leaves, and that's the internodal space. And if you give it a lot of nitrogen, that space can get really, really long. And when you have these long spaces, it begins to get real flimsy, and you don't want that. So especially if your tree has gotten some nitrogen and you get these long internodes, trimming that back will have them branch out lower, and you can correct that. So almost done with this here. A few more tips.
So you don't trim long branches, like there's this one really
Some I do.
long
Depends
one.
on where they are.
Okay.
If the long branch, which ones are you talking about?
Like this sideways one, yeah.
See, the issue with this, yeah, I might trim this if my concern was the weight of 2 or 3 mangoes on here is going to put it on the ground. Well, it's going to have another year before that starts to where actually this is going to get stronger by then. I'm just not that concerned with it. It's, again, even with the weight, they're not really going to be on the ground, but this might get strong enough to support it. If this one hangs down next year, then yeah, I'll take it off, but for now it's okay. Oh, well, it's ready.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one over here.
Nice.
So some of these, like this is a really skinny one. This came way out to here, so I trimmed it back short enough to where, yeah, if you have a really long whippy one, I'll cut it back really short. But if it's fairly stout, I'll let it keep some length. There's another one hanging down. This is hanging down. That's hanging down. Okay. So this is kind of, I don't like how long this is. This is kind of sticks out in the yard too far. All right, so I'd say this is my final product. It's you can see it's still. Let's see another little dead piece in here. I don't like. It's not an exact science, and like I said, there's a lot of it that is up to how you like your trees to look. I like mine with kind of a nice clean bottom and not super tall. I know people that really push high production and have their trees close together will keep theirs way smaller than this, and that's fine too if that's your goal. My goal is more aesthetic. I like them to look the way I like them to look. But so we do this every year, again about the time that we're done harvesting, and it recovers very quickly. Actually, everywhere that I just went through and tipped out here is going to have new growth probably starting within a week or two, and then this will fill back out, and hopefully next year it'll look even better than it did this year. That's kind of the goal too, is that each year is just kind of make it a little closer to the tree that I want it to be. A little bit like bonsai, but large scale, which makes it just regular trees, I guess. But anyway, so that's it for today, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.